The important part that I hope you take with you today from this challenge is the mind is a house. It's your house or a house. It's not your house. It's a house. A big, big, big house with a lot of rooms that is completely dark. You can't see. Your awareness is the orb of light that is moving through this house, and wherever it goes, it lights up that area. Wherever it lights up, that is what you experience. So if you have moved into the room of anger, then that is what you will experience more of. The longer you stay, the more you give that energy, the more you magnetize that area in the mind, and the more you experience and attract circumstances, people, and experiencing or experiences in your life that matches this energy, this vibration. Learn to separate by becoming aware that notice that I am aware of feeling anger. As soon as you have noticed that I anger or pain or pleasure, whatever it is, pleasure too, the positive things as well, notice, because we don't want to be attached to the pleasurable things as well, because if we do, then we will ultimately that will lead to pain and suffering. It will lead to anger when that pleasurable thing is lost. It will get to pain and suffering. So no attachment is what we try to. By noticing at all times, as much as possible, notice what is coming up in your awareness. And if it's not something you would like, you can choose. As soon as you separate it, you can choose to take it to another place, another room, and light up that room. And eventually you will experiencing more peace, for instance, because you choose to take your awareness to the peaceful area in your mind within yourself and remain there with your ability to concentrate. So with your willpower, you take your awareness to peace, to stillness, happiness, and then you hold it there with your concentration ability. This in turn will create by what you do in your conscious mind is what you pre-program your subconscious mind to automatically do. And this is the process of creating a more peaceful state within you at all times because you choose to be peaceful in a stressful situation. And when you choose that, you reprogram your subconscious mind to behave like that in those situations. So that is what you in long term will do by taking your awareness back to wherever you choose. And this is applied in any area of your life with anything you want. If you want, for instance, more money, you take your awareness to the part in your mind where money already exists, where you already have the image of yourself being wealthy, having all these things that you want, and hold it there. Because then you will attract that expression of yourself into physical or manifestation because you will start to feel like that and then you will start to behave like that, and it is your actions that change your future. So this is why it's such important part to understand where I choose to have my awareness, because wherever I choose, all my actions start to align itself with that. So if I'm angry, I hold it in anger, I will align my actions with anger, doing stuff I do when I'm angry, yelling, telling bad words, or complaining, or all these things. But if I'm peaceful, I will maybe not act at all. I will just be calm, peaceful, and my actions, my words will come from that, and so on. So that is the most important part. To do this to really embody this into your life, we need to understand that we need to try to do this in every area of your life. So remember the four principles for concentration. Remember that focus on one thing at a time is how we primarily, that is how you practice and train your ability to concentrate. To do this, you need to become aware. And as soon as you notice that your awareness has moved somewhere else to something else that is not here in this present moment, then with your willpower, you take it back to what you have chosen to in this moment, whether that is doing the dishes, listening to, or being in a conversation where you're actually listening. You're not listening and then thinking about what to say. You are just listening to what's being said. And then after the person has spoken or finished, then you can start to focus on what to say, because then you will connect to what to say of from that you have heard. So you don't need to think about it while you're listening. You can just relax and let that be. That will come naturally to you when it's your time in the present moment to talk. Um, to train your willpower, finish what you start. And all this is without being fanatic. As much as possible, finish what you start. Sometimes you don't have time to finish it that time or that day. Then try to finish it as soon as possible, because otherwise it will just build up onto your shoulders of things you haven't finished yet. Second part of willpower is to, when you finish, try to finish it a little bit better than you expected. Try to finish, and the third part is try to finish it a little bit, to do a little bit more without, again, without being fanatic. When you start to do this, you will start to feel, and maybe very fast, if you do it with a high priority and with determination, it can go very quickly for you to really start to train your subconscious mind to really become better and better and better at everything you do, because you will infuse it in everything you do. How you clean will become better, how you do the dishes will become the better, how you listen will become better, how you talk will become better, how you show up at work will become better, how you remain peaceful in a situation will become better, and so on and so on. They work together. So there's no small or big thing in that sense, because the small things is what trains you to have more willpower and more ability to concentrate, more energy in those things that you can infuse into the things that actually will take you to wherever you want. So let's say I want to create a song. Then I do all these things to be able to, when I do and sit down and to create music, I will be much better of just being absorbed of the music within me and let it pour out itself. To give an example, it can be in anything, but because I'm a musician, that was what my example. So if you try to follow these four principles and to take small steps, don't think that you will reinvent yourself in one day. In that's You can with force, but we don't need force. We need willpower. And if you follow those three guidelines and then use it on to the concentration part, to focus on one thing at a time, that will have extreme effects in your everyday life, and eventually to you being able to create the life of your dreams and becoming more of your full potential, because that needs focus, concentration.